What up, cuz? What up, blood? What up, gangsta? What up, blood? What up, cuz? What up, blood? What up, gangsta? They say
Yeah, what's up, man? It's your boy Hip Hop Gamer. You already know what time it is, man. First off, we're gonna talk about how gangster this entire article is that I'm about to present to you guys. And you know, I always put it together in the story so you guys can enjoy the entire ride with me as I speak. So let's get it in. First off, the title: Lara Croft is at her best since being beat by Nathan Drake, man. Crazy. So, Naughty Dog or Crystal Dynamics? Who you gonna go with? Now check this out. I got a few things I wanna break down, so let's start it up. The first thing is the graphics. The graphics is what made the biggest difference, and it's the reason why so many people after E3 was talking about Tomb Raider. Simply because of the graphics. You know what I'm saying? You wanna know why I say that? It's because if you look at the last Tomb Raider that came out on Underworld, that game was off the chain. That game was great. It was off the hook. But why no big hype around it? The gameplay was great. It's still a Tomb Raider title. Tomb Raider's legendary. What's up? Why nobody talk about it? But when you look at Nathan Drake, now let me show you. I'm gonna explain to you how biased and how unprofessional, so to speak, a lot of journalists in the industry could be. Now, when Uncharted first came out, in 2007. Everybody was like, oh, it's a Tomb Raider clone. You know what I'm saying? Why gotta be a Tomb Raider clone? Why? Because there's jumping and there's puzzle solving and all this other stuff. You have to treasure, blah, blah, blah. That's basically why it was a Tomb Raider clone. But when people played it, and it was amazing graphically, it was incredible. You never seen nothing like it before because you played it. And then after that, part 2 came out and it was a done deal after that. You see what I'm saying? So my thing is, everybody wanted to talk so much because of what they saw, not knowing what the game was fully about. That's the industry that we live in right now when it comes to a lot of journalists. So now, Nathan Drake is top dog, and Lara Croft is being phased out. So Crystal Dynamics had to step their game up and bring the war back to Nathan Drake and Naughty Dog. And now we're here, and that's the real. So graphics, people talk about gameplay all day, how gameplay is more important and all this other stuff. Bull. It's straight up bull. They go hand in hand. Now, at the end of the day, gameplay is more important. But from a business standpoint, graphics technically probably is more important initially. Now, I'll give you an example. Everybody's talking about Battlefield 3 and Modern Warfare 3, correct? Okay. If Battlefield 3 had graphics that looked like Haze that came out like years ago, but yet it still got all the destruction and all this other action to it, nobody would pay it no mind, nobody would care, nobody would even talk about it. You know what I'm saying? This is just reality. So graphics does play a part, and Crystal Dynamics, I'm telling you right now, after seeing Tomb Raider at E3 and seeing Uncharted 3, they're like neck and neck. Like Uncharted 3 don't blow out Tomb Raider, not at all. It's neck and neck. There's some areas where you guys probably may say Tomb Raider does a better job, but overall, for the most part, Uncharted 3 is a better overall looking game. But it ain't that far better looking from Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider is up there, seriously. That's the first thing I wanted to say. The second thing is this: multiplayer. Now, we all know Naughty Dog capitalized big time on multiplayer. But here's something interesting. Crystal Dynamics, since this is the reboot, not just of this game, but this is supposed to be a reboot of a brand new franchise they are working with Tomb Raider. That's why they got this new engine, they got this new gameplay, because this is something that's gonna last, you know, beyond this iteration that we're gonna get next year when it comes out. So that's a good sign. But also, multiplayer is in their vision. It's a part of their plan as well. You know what I'm saying? Now, how deep or what they're going to do with the multiplayer, you know, still unknown. But what I did hear is there's some interesting characters that you're going to meet in this game, and they will play a big role in future multiplayer decisions that or gameplay tactics that they add. So that right there was very interesting to hear, and we'll see what happens with that. But that's something I believe is down the road and stuff like that in terms of how they want to formulate that. But at this point, it's all about Tomb Raider, single player story, and you know how they're gonna bring that to life. Now, the next thing I want to say is this: like, who's a better developer in your opinion, Naughty Dog or Crystal Dynamics? Now, initially, everyone that's listening to this is gonna say Naughty Dog. You know what I'm saying? Now, me, I'm the same way. I'll say Naughty Dog. Now, I'm not saying Crystal Dynamics is better, but let's think about something. Tomb Raider, graphically, is like probably 2 inches or maybe 2 or 4 inches away from the greatness of Nathan Drake, Uncharted 3. Now, you gotta understand, Tomb Raider is a multi-platform title, meaning that in terms of Crystal Dynamics, they have more than one platform to focus on, and PSP is a more powerful system than 360, and yet they managed to get those graphics so close to Uncharted 3 running on 360. That takes a lot of talent, a lot of maneuvering and power to utilize the 360 that way. Now, Naughty Dog, on the other hand, only got one platform to work on, the most powerful platform, and obviously you see the results. You see what I'm saying? So keep those in mind as well. The next thing is that, you know, Crystal Dynamics, they are living off of a Tomb Raider name, which is a big brand. Naughty Dog had to create a brand in a time where it was hard to break through with a new IP. They made it happen and won Game of the Year, and now they're here right now, flagship title, possibly of the year. So when you weigh it out, you know, it's hard to kind of judge or say, but me personally, I will roll with Naughty Dog for the win. But Crystal Dynamics isn't that far away, and you'll be surprised at what the next Tomb Raider may be like, or whatever they decide to do next. But right now, I give the title to Naughty Dog, but Crystal Dynamics, they not that far away. So I just wanted to put that out there. Now, in the title, I said, since being beat by Drake. I don't mean by being beat just by sales and stuff like that. What I mean by being beat is competition makes for better games. You know that. You know what I'm saying? And the Tomb Raider name, the Lara Croft brand, the female of the industry, wasn't what she was on the PlayStation 1 days. You see what I'm saying? That impact, like you say Tomb Raider, it's supposed to mean something. But this generation, you say Tomb Raider, it's like, oh, another Tomb Raider game. Oh, it's cool. There's no hype, there's no excitement behind it. So they had to change it up, simply because the so-called clone of Tomb Raider winded up being better than it. So if that's better, then what is Tomb Raider? A clone? Seriously? You know they can't allow that. So it's good to see that, you know, a company recognizes the competition, don't be afraid, but step their game up and meet the challenge at that. So that was very good to see. Now, the reason why I brought that up, even though this is a Lara Croft, Naughty Dog, Crystal Dynamics article, what we're seeing with Tomb Raider, the reboot, like the brand new engine, everything, what we're seeing with Tomb Raider right now is what you will see with Call of Duty in the future. I'ma just leave it at that. Alright? Because that's setting up for another article down the road right there. You know what I'm saying? So I got that. And something else that's pretty interesting, this isn't confirmed yet, but you know I'm already a part of PlayStation Home. I'm trying to see what I can work out or whatever, but the classic Tomb Raider mansion that was in Tomb Raider 1, I believe, but the classic Tomb Raider mansion may be a home space in PlayStation Home, where you go buy the actual mansion, run around in the mansion, and it's supposed to be like little game stations in there where you could play Tomb Raider 1 inside PlayStation Home. There's supposed to be some other cool things, like, you know, things that could actually activate certain things in the actual game that's coming out later this year or next year, I believe. So it's a lot of cool things with PlayStation Home, and that's one of the big cool things that should be going live most likely next year. I'm hearing that they're building it now. I could be wrong. I'm going to talk to the right people and see what I can find out. So on that note, I just want to say one love and God bless. And the major proof of this article is proving that competition does make for better games. Second, that a lot of journalists out there are very biased and they only go on what they see and they just try to jump on the bandwagon of what everybody else is saying. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to stand by yourself while 2,000 people are saying something else. Because you can be right and 2,000 can be wrong. You feel me? You know how I get down. I'm always going against the grain. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm number one in this joint. You don't believe me? See me. You feel me? Let's get it. So, at the end of the day, this is a great article. This is a great battle. And, you know, leave your comments. Let me know what you guys think. Know Your Dog or Crystal Dynamics, Tomb Raider, Uncharted 3. What's going to happen? One love and God bless. Stay tuned. I got more heat for y'all coming soon. Peace.